I have a memory to share of a summer spent in Marshfield, Massachusetts when I was 11 years old and on display in my wiffle haircut. I always looked forward to seeing my best summer friends, Mark and Janie. We were at the beach from 8 to 6 daily, Monday through Sundays. And when we weren't surfing with our styrofoam surfboards, inevitably we'd be roasting ourselves silly on our beach blankets. This is way before the days of sunblock, when our moms would slather us with Johnson's baby oil, and we'd happily suffer through the consequences, as there was always some kind of painful relief if we hadn't already blistered. Does anybody out there remember Bactine? Mark's dad had grown up with my dad, and he owned a nearby donut shop where every Sunday after Mass, Mark and I would sell the weekend editions of all the Boston papers. Now, during this particular summer, my mom took me and my brothers to see 2 summer stock matinees at the South Shore Music Circus in Cohasset, Funny Girl with Barbara Minkus and Charlotte Ray, and The Mad Show with a wonderful cast, who unfortunately I just can't seem to remember. Well, I went pretty nuts over them both. And with the money I procured from my Sunday paper gig, I had the Funny Girl cast album in my hands pretty soon after, but that original cast album of The Mad Show was impossible for me to locate. And believe me, even at the age of 11, I made quite an effort. But I didn't get my hands on it until I found it somewhere during high school. It was a rare bird for anyone to get their hands on at the time. A little side note here. I happily shared a dressing room with the wonderful actor McIntyre Dixon during our run of Beauty and the Beast. Well, McIntyre was in the original off-Broadway cast of The Mad Show, along with Linda Lavin, Joanne Worley, Paul Sands. And needless to say, I bent his ear backwards with questions, and he was a very gracious gentleman in dealing with me. But now back to my tender age story. I couldn't get enough of listening to Funny Girl, and it made its rounds endlessly on my portable GE record player. And one day, I remember attempting to get my friend Mark to sit and listen to it with me. I thought he'd get very excited by it. Well, he was quiet and very patient. And when I lifted the arm off the record at the end of side 2, he left. Needless to say, he hadn't a clue as to why I'd even think he'd be interested. I did my best to hide my tears.